basis. I ain't gotta chase it. Money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. It's money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Yes, I am back again. Y'all, listen, I'm going in today, aren't I? I am back once again. So great Tuesday to some of you, depending on where you are in the world. And for some of us, it is still Monday. Happy Monday to you. If you're watching me live, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight. I gotta make sure I don't go too loud because I get excited and my voice begins to elevate. And so I'm gonna make sure I drink my coffee so that way I don't get too hyped. Y'all know when I drink my coffee at night, it's a wrap. But I want to have some real talk with you all tonight. I have some real talk. I'm gonna keep it 100. And some things that I share, some people may not agree with. Some may feel differently about it, and that's totally fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Such is life, right? Such is life. But this is my platform, and on my platform, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna keep it 100. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my intro as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled, single mom to a two-time #1 best-selling author with books that were on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a Forex trader and investor. And I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer, and my faith is exuded in all that I do. So listen, y'all, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm going to get straight to the point tonight. I was reflecting on some things, and as I was reflecting, I was thinking about how a lot of us put our own wants, our own desires on the back burner for many reasons, especially if you're a woman. If you're a woman, you're a mother, you're a wife, or, we've been taught to be the backbones and pillars of our families. We do all of the things to make other people succeed, and we have this false identity of loyalty, and we put ourselves in the back burner, and we ourselves end up being, depleted. And it's time out for that. It is time out for that. And this is the thing. I have been someone my entire life that has always been, there for other people. I have always been the person that was super loyal. Like, I'm a very loyal person, and sometimes to a default, right? But I've learned that my first loyalty must first one be to God, and then after that to myself. Period. Because the truth is, there are people that will be in your life that will be loyal to you as long as you are serving their need and their agenda. They will call you loyal when you're making them money. They will call you loyal when you are out there and you're building their business. They'll call you loyal when you are cooking their dinner, when you're cleaning their clothes. They will call you loyal when you're doing their hair. Whatever purpose you serve in their life in that particular season, they will call you loyal then, until there is another opportunity for them to do what they need to do, and your loyalty then becomes questioned and or not needed. So I feel that to say, if we now have given our full selves to individuals, to companies. I know people that have worked jobs for 20 years, 15 years, and then out of nowhere, they just decide that they fire them. Here's someone who has stayed the course, wanted to have the whole 40-40 plan, and then boom, there they go, and now they're fired after they gave all those years to that job, to that company. And so if you are not loyal to yourself first, if you are not making sure that you and your family are taken care of, who is going to do it? As I sip my CBD coffee, who is going to take care of you at the beginning and end of the day? No one will. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for your family. You are responsible for your well-being. And when we hold in the name of loyalty and then you are being burned, that's a problem. Life is a series of decisions. Life is a series of decisions, and life is also a game. Life is a game. And those who win at the game called life are the ones who create the game, are the ones who create the game and or the ones who know how to play the game, the ones who have figured out what the loopholes are. And that's the truth. Whether we want to agree with it or not, the truth is those who know how to win the game will always win. I remember back in the day, I used to love playing tic-tac-toe, right? Anybody else ever played tic-tac-toe? I used to play tic-tac-toe. And one day, I can't remember who taught me the actual secret to winning the game. But once I learned the secret to winning tic-tac-toe and I was able to go first, I won every single time. It didn't matter who I was playing against. It didn't matter how good they may have been before, but they didn't know that I had the secret sauce. They didn't know that I knew the code to beat the game. And so because I was able to beat the game, I won every time. Oh, thank you. That is so encouraging. Thank you so much. That really blessed my heart. Thank you, Andrea. God bless you. And I'm in full agreement for your blessing and your business. And so because I always knew how to win in the game of tic-tac-toe, no one could beat me. Why am I sharing this with you? If you know how to make sure that you win in life and you make sure that what is a priority to you is taken care of, you will always be on top, even if that means you are doing it alone. Now, of course, that means it takes a lot of courage. That means you're going to be a lot of times where you'll be by yourself, or people may not understand you or how you move. But you have to make sure that you look out for yourself. You have to make sure that you stand up for yourself. I have an acronym, and it's an acronym that I share when I speak. I've done it many times when I've traveled with my mentor, Les Brown. And the acronym is for hustle, right? Hustle is the acronym. And one of the letters in the word hustle is S. And that S stands for standing up for yourself. You have got to stand up for yourself and teach other people how they are to treat you. No one else can do that but you. And somewhere along the line, some of us have been bamboozled into believing that we need advocates, or bamboozled into thinking that if you stand up for yourself, that you are out of order, or that you're too difficult to work with, or no, you're standing up for yourself. You are letting other people know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in your life. You are letting people know what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. You step up and say, no, I want more, I don't want more. But you have to be able to stand up for yourself. And you can't do that if you're holding on to a false concept of loyalty, a false concept of being there for everybody else, and you just make sure that everybody else wins, and then you just say, well, whatever happens, happens. I'll be happy with anything. The devil is a lie. that thinking is backwards. It's backwards. And you have to study people. You have to study the people that have found true success in life. Study their behaviors. Study how corporate CEOs run their business. Study how they hire and how they fire people. Study the cultures that are created. When you study the people that have what you want, and it may not be the same industry that you are in, but you study how they move. You study how one company merges with another company. What do they first do? They remove most of the time the people that were there before, and they bring in new people. Why do they do that? They do that because they need a whole new way of thinking. Because what happens is most people say, well, we didn't do it like that when we were under so-and-so's leadership, and we didn't do it like that. It doesn't matter what y'all did it like. This is a whole new ball game. So what do most companies do? They get rid of the old staff and bring in their new staff because of the mindset, because of where they're going. And you have to do the same thing. There are some people, there are some opportunities that served you in one juncture in your life that may not serve you now. There are some people, there are some things, there are some opportunities that came to lead you to where you had to go for the season that you're going into. Your job is to be discerning, to know, why was this person in my life? Why was this opportunity in my life? Why did I start that job? What assignment was I a part of? What is it that I need to get from this situation that I need to glean from and now move on? The problem is too many of us are stuck in situations that we should have let go of a long time ago. But because we've been in it for so long, we feel like we can't leave. Because we've planted our flag and we've done things and now it seems like, oh my gosh, I can't. Well, if that's the story you're telling yourself, then so it is. Life is a game, like I said earlier. And just like in chess, you better know where you need to be moving and study your opponent. Study your opponent and know what they're going to do before they actually do it. Be the queen and protect, but use wisdom. Use wisdom. And part of that comes with emotional intelligence. That's something that we all can grow into, especially women. You know, we get emotional. But once we start to learn how to control our emotions, we get to move in a certain way. You know, that's one of the greatest things that I admire about most men. Most men are logical. Most men are not caught up in their feelings. They're not, swayed like women are. Men are logical. So if a man is in a situation and he sees that the situation is not serving him, whether that be a romantic relationship, whether that be a business partnership, he's going to make the shift and make it quickly. He's not wondering about how they're going to feel. He's not stuck in his emotions about it. He's going to make the shift because he's logical. He knows that 1 + 1 = 2. And if his goal is getting to 2, he's going to do whatever it takes to get him to 2. Whereas most women, we get stuck on the fact that, but wait, this was supposed to be different. And you said this, and then I love you. And, but I worked so hard and I put so much sweat and equity into this. Listen, is it serving you? Is it serving you? If it's not serving you and getting you to your goals, and getting you to your goals in such a way where you're enjoying the process and you're keeping the commitment to yourself that you've made, get your emotions out of there. Now, of course, that is easier said than done. Let me not try to act like that's easy, because it's not. It's not, especially if you're a woman, right? It's not. But I'm learning more and more every day. And this is something that, God has really been equipping me in more recent years and days, is to have that emotional intelligence work for me, have my emotions work for me, as opposed to getting stuck in them. One of my mentors talks about being bulletproof, right? Be bulletproof. Today we did a discussion about the book, The 4 Agreements. And the second chapter of that book is don't take things personally. Now, while of course that's logical and it's easier said than done, the truth is, once you're able to get to that place, your life changes because there's a freedom that comes from not taking things personally. And that comes also being logical. Once you're logical with things, you can discern what's happening and you say, okay, that's what we're doing. Well, praise God. Well, I'm gonna move like this now. You have to be able to adjust. You pivot and adjust. This is how you're going to work with me. Cool. I'll just work with you in that same manner. I'm not gonna take it personally. I'm not gonna get stuck in what was. This is where we are now. So this is where we are now. I'm going to teach you and work with you as such. That takes growth. That takes practice. But you have to make sure once again that you are standing up for yourself. And standing up for yourself means you're doing whatever you have to do that is ethically sound and legal, of course, to make sure that you and yours win. This false loyalty and false humility that many of us have and we put people before us, it's all foolishness. It's all foolishness and lies. Because the people that are making you believe that's how life should be are the ones playing the game. And guess what? They're winning. They're winning. I saw a sneak peek of the show. Was it called Ghost? Ghost 2, the spinoff of Power. And the snippet that I saw was Mary J. Blige's character teaching her daughter some game in relationships, right? And as I was listening to her, I was like, she is spitting some truth. Now, of course, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to believe that, especially somebody like me. Like, no, hopeless romantic. It's all about love, and they love me, and I love them. And listen, the truth is, life is a game. Life is a game, and it's a series of decisions. That's what it is. And based on the decisions that you make, will determine the life that you have. And if you know how to play the game and or create the game, you can always win. There's a book by Tony Robbins, and the book is called Money: How to Master the Game. A powerful book that you all need to go read. And in this book, Tony Robbins goes through all types of ways for money to work for you. He talks about and studied billionaires and multimillionaires and how they found loopholes and other ways to make money work for them. And while some people may read that book and say, oh my gosh, that's not fair, and they make all this money, and how come they're not being taxed like this, and this is that, and this is this. But listen, while you're sitting there complaining about why it's not fair, somebody else got the knowledge, got the game, and now they're living that life. You have to learn how to play the game. And in you doing so, you win. Checkmate. So listen, learn how to pivot. Switch it up real quick. Oh, this is not serving me. Okay. Once I see who you are, once you show me who you are, I'm going to believe you. As Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. Stop creating a story in your mind about who you'd want them to be or what they presented themselves to be at one point in time. Mm-mm. Okay, the shift has been made. Noted. And this is not to be jaded or to look at people a certain way or feel like everyone is coming out to get you. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is this: make sure that you are looking out for yourself, that you are standing up for yourself. And in you doing so, you then can be much more of a blessing to other people. But if you are constantly trying to give from a place of deficiency, it doesn't work. You should be giving from a place of overflow. You should be giving from a place of abundance. And you can't do that if you put everybody else before you and you're trying to make everybody else happy and you are depleted and no one is there to pour back into you. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. So fill your cup up. And make sure that whatever you're doing is going to make you win and those you are associated with. But don't let it be the other way around, where you are now making everyone else's life better and you're still stuck and you could have been so much further along. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Look out for you, stand up for you, and make decisions, even if they may be hard, and keep it moving. Know that everything and everyone works and serves for your good. There are people that come into your life for seasons. There are opportunities that come for your life for seasons. You learn from them and you move on to the next chapter of your life. In the same fashion that we read books and there are different chapters and it takes you in this climactic journey to get into the end, so it is with your life. Your chapters change. Find out what chapter you're in, and when the writer called life comes and gives you this crazy spin, like plot twist, like, whoa, I didn't expect that. You just keep on turning the page and act accordingly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me in tonight, this late night conversations after midnight here on the East Coast. I hope that it has been a benefit to you. And of course, until next time, only believe until the end and go get your life. Be blessed, everybody.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it. I'm a millionaire.
Get your money.